Welcome back to Behind the Paws, where you get an inside look at your Panther athletes and coaches. I'm Addison Che, and today I'm here with our new strength and conditioning coach, Coach Walden. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you. So, can we get a brief description on what exactly it is that you do and a little introduction to yourself as well?
All right, so I'm a strength and conditioning coach, right? I'm kind of picky about the name and kind of, so like we initially called it like Director of Sports Performance.
Okay.
Which is in essence the same
official
thing, right?
Yes.
Right. So sports performance is what I do, right? I help athletes to be better. So I don't like strength and conditioning because getting stronger, you can do it by going to Planet Fitness, right? And then conditioning, people usually denote that as like running and things like that. We do run, we do lift, but my job is to make sure that athletes are performing their best on game day. In the playoffs when it really matters. And then we also do a lot of injury prevention things. Rehab and prehab is what we call that. So that's in a nutshell what I'm called.
I like it. Moreover, can you give us a little background about yourself?
Oh, man. All right. What do you want to know? I'm an old man, so.
Okay, well, we didn't ask all that now.
So when I was 9, no, I'm joking. So I'm from the D.C. area, Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not from Texas.
Bringing you to small town Texas.
Yeah. So I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm actually a big city guy, right? So I started out in D.C. and went to college in L.A., Long Beach, California.
Big
And
city,
so
big
the
city.
opposite side of the country.
Yes.
And then I went into the Army.
Okay.
And then after the Army, I was stationed all over the place. The Army took me to Texas. I'm actually a nurse. So people kind of laugh, but I'm a nurse by trade.
I like it.
So after nursing school, I decided that I didn't love nursing.
Okay.
So I was doing like pediatric and burns nursing. And life was all about life or death every day. Work was about
very
life or death.
intense.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
intense.
very
So
intense.
I said, what can I do that I really love? Because I always found myself going back to high school sports, right? High school football games, high school basketball games, and throwback years and years before I went to the Army, I started out coaching. I coached girls basketball and football. So I said, man, I really want to go back. And so I'm sitting in the car, and there's a question that presents, and they're like, it's a commercial, and they're like, have you ever thought about being a personal trainer? And I was like, yeah.
So, I did think about that.
Exactly. So I started out with personal training,
and
then personal training kind of snowballed into strength and conditioning, and then I ended up a strength and conditioning coach. So
I like it. That was a whole journey.
yeah,
I
it's a
loved
journey.
It. Took you
It's a
around the world
journey.
and everything.
Around the world, literally.
So speaking about that, how have you been adjusting to small town Lufkin?
Ooh, let me tell you. So the last place I lived was San Antonio, right? The San Antonio area. And I actually lived north of San Antonio, but close to, kind of close to New Braunfels and Austin, right?
Yes.
So I had close access to Austin,
We
close
love
access
Austin.
to San Antonio, and now I am in Lufkin. And let me tell you, at first I was
far away from
nervous.
everything.
Yes, yeah, we're far away from everything, but I actually like the city. I like the town, right? People are really friendly here. And people are slower here. And that's a good thing. Like, I don't mean slow in the brain. I mean, like, slow, like, they move slower, right? So you feel less of a sense of panic. You feel like, man, like, so you guys don't really do anything? And they're like, no, I don't.
No.
So, I mean, yeah, if you really want to go out, I'm not like a going out guy anyways, right? So I'm not the type to want to go out on a Saturday night or things like that. So it's good. It's an adjustment, but it's good.
That's very fun. You know, I've never heard about it like that, but I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think is the most important aspect about training these children?
I feel like I owe it to the kids, to the coaches, but also the kids and the parents to give them my best every day. So it's really important for me to be well prepared. It's really important for me to know every kid and what they're going through physically, sometimes what they're even going through mentally, so that they can be at their best, right? So I need to know if your knee is bothering you a little bit because you may have a sprain on the horizon, right? You may have a break on the horizon. I need to know what you're eating, not necessarily in detail by detail, but I need to know what your general nutrition is because we may have a fracture on the horizon, right? And so it's really important. I feel like I owe it to them the knowledge to be able to provide the best possible training that I can provide so that when we all look back at things, we can all say we gave it our best.
Okay. I like that. That's a very good philosophy. So, what would you say to the parents of elementary and middle school kids who have an interest in playing sports in high school?
Man, I would say start them early,
Okay.
but don't take it too serious.
Right.
And by taking it too serious, I mean living your dreams through your kid, right? Don't try to do that. Just let them play and let them love the sport. I think the biggest driver is a kid loving a sport. When they love it, they'll do whatever it takes to be successful at it.
We've seen that.
And then the second part I'd say is don't coddle them. We will hurt their feelings sometimes. But good coaches understand that we're putting on the heat in order to take off the heat later, or in order for them to be able to deal with the heat. We're not going to abuse your children. We're not going to treat them in any way other than we would treat our own children, right? So don't coddle them. Don't talk trash about the coaches behind their back. Don't do those things. Make sure that you allow them to be coached.
Okay, I like that. Okay, speaking about that, what changes are you excited to bring to our program?
Man, my biggest change is updates.
Updates.
The indoor
Okay.
needs some updating.
Just a little bit. We are getting new turf this summer.
We are
though.
getting new
It's very
turf,
exciting.
and me and Coach Absek are working hand in hand with that stuff. So we're getting new turf.
Yes.
We have already gotten some new equipment in.
Okay.
I want to integrate technology, which technology is used in strength and conditioning. And I don't know if people know this, but like, how do you know anything without technology?
True.
Right?
Very true.
How fast are you? I don't know. I got some guy that told me I was a 4.4 in the 40, right? But was that guy, did he have a fast finger? You know?
Or-
Well,
right.
so if me and you both time somebody in the 40, we will get a different time.
Of course.
Which one's right? I might be 100% right. I might be 87% right. You might be 67% right. So the best part about the technology is now we can objectify how fast is the bar moving, how fast does the athlete move, how quick are they, how high do they jump, and those things will help us to be better. So I love stats. I'm a stats guy.
Okay.
And so when we integrate this technology, we can actually see that. Not only that, but we use like whiteboards, which are really outdated, like
we love-
2002-ish.
It's reliable.
Exactly. It's reliable until you can't read the handwriting, right? So I want to, we've already gotten some TVs for the pack.
Oh,
We're going to put the
fun.
TVs up in
Okay.
the weight room. And now you have a visual aid that will help you see what the workout is, right? The workout of the day. How many reps do I have? How many sets do I have? What's the purpose of this exercise again? Maybe I need to show them a video on how that exercise is done because I can't demonstrate everything. I'm tired. If I do that all day on top of my workout, come on, man. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for one person.
So yeah, so once we integrate, the technology is expensive, right? So I get it that it all doesn't come right away. We'll do
Yes.
one thing at a time and put a priority list on what is most important, right? But once we update this thing, we will look like a professional training facility.
Those are some really, really fun changes. I've
Yeah.
never heard about technology spoken in that way, but I'm very, very excited to see what's coming.
Yeah.
So, summer is around the corner. Summer workouts. Many people are curious about how summer workouts are being ran. Can you kind of explain that and kind of your role in that? How is it going to look?
Yeah, so summer training that's my baby, right?
Okay.
Like summer training
This
is
is
my
like- this
baby.
is your
This
project.
is me,
This-
right? I
okay.
love it. I can't be the only coach that does it, right? And that's
Yes.
why, I know people, all I hear about is cost, cost, cost.
Yes.
Well, there's a reason, because if we want every athlete between 6th, 7th, 8th, all the way up through 12th grade
So we're
to be
opening
here.
it up to all the grades.
Middle
Okay,
schoolers will be there too, right?
Yes.
So if we have them all there, that means we need almost every coach in the district there,
Yes.
right? Which means ABSEC probably talked about compensation for time and stuff like that, right? So it'll be 3 different groups, right?
Okay.
You have a session 1, which is like middle school boys, and
Okay.
I think it's high school boys in that first group, and there's high school boys that are field sports, so not all high school boys, right? So get this: when you're cutting left to right and you don't have cleats, should you be in the same group? Should a basketball player be in the same group as a
No.
football? Probably
Right,
not, right?
right.
So we have them separated, right? So the boys' field sports will be in one group, as well as the middle school boys will be in that group.
Okay.
And then they'll even be separated further within their group.
Okay.
Okay, so you middle school boys, you go in the field, while you high school boys are going to lift, and then we'll have 3 different stations, right? So middle school boys might be here, the football team might be here,
Okay.
and then maybe boys soccer and baseball would be
Okay.
outside.
So it's very like personal, personal.
Yeah,
Okay.
you break them up into more smaller,
Okay.
manageable groups, and then those 3 groups rotate every 40 minutes. So
Okay.
you get whatever you can, and then I'll blow the whistle, and then everybody will rotate.
Okay.
And then after 3 rotations, you've gotten your whole workout. Then you go get some water, maybe go get a snack. You came to get breakfast before, by the way, so they have breakfast
Oh,
before.
okay.
And then after that, you go to skills, and then you get lunch.
Okay.
And then you're out. So you'll be out by like after 2 hours or so,
Okay.
maybe 3 hours.
So they're being fed as well.
Yeah, they're being fed on both
Okay.
ends, on the front end
Okay.
and the back end.
Oh, I like that.
But we'll have 3 sessions. So we got
Yes.
session 1, where there's high school boys, middle school boys.
Yes.
They have session 2, which is the girls.
Okay.
All the girls except
okay.
for the court sports. So all the girls soccer,
Soccer.
softball,
Okay.
all those girls will come in session 2. And then the
Okay.
middle school girls will also come in session 2.
Right.
Then session 3 would be later in the day,
Okay.
and that'll be your court sports. Like kids like your volleyball kids,
Got it.
your girls basketball, even boys basketball.
Okay.
So everybody who doesn't have cleats pretty much.
Got it.
And then here's a unique opportunity for the summer school kids to be able to come to that 3rd session.
Yes.
So if you happen to be in summer school and you were there in the morning, you missed the first 2 sessions, but you can come to the 3rd session. So
Okay.
it's something for everybody. So
That'll be very
same
exciting.
thing. Everybody
Yes.
rotates. Everybody comes through. I think it'll be good. I love working during the summertime because I feel like as a kid, we were aching to get out of the house and
Yes,
do
yes.
something, And now you can do something where you won't get in trouble. Your parents encourage you to do it, right?
Right.
And then even so, if your family wants to go to the beach or you want to go to the pool in the afternoon, you're home by, except for the session 3, you're home by 12:30, 1
Okay.
o'clock. Something like that. So
And will this be every day? Like, how's the schedule?
Monday
for
through
that?
Thursday.
Monday through Thursday.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Fridays
Okay.
are off, and
Okay.
we try to accommodate the kids who play like AAU and club and things
Right,
like
right.
that. They have to go out of town a lot during the summer, so we try to finish at at a decent time on Thursday.
Yes.
Then
So
you
you
can travel and go out of town.
All right. I like that. That'll be very exciting to look forward to this summer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you ready for your rapid fire question?
Here we go. I'm
All
ready.
right.
I'm ready.
Would you ever skydive?
No,
No.
I was in the
Really?
Army. I've already jumped out of things that were really high.
That makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
never again.
Okay. Are you picking sweet or savory when given the choice?
Sweet, 100%.
You know
I
what?
got a sweet
Good.
tooth.
Sweet tooth.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you prefer flying or driving?
Flying. I hate driving.
Really?
Yes. If it's over 4 hours, I'm not driving.
You're gonna fly. So
I'm
like you'd
flying.
fly to Austin.
That's like borderline. That's
Okay,
borderline.
okay,
So
okay.
Austin, San Antonio, only because I've driven there before. Yeah, but like being in Lufkin, I already got to drive 2 hours anyways to get to the
True.
airport. So
You
I
gotta
might
get
as
2
well
hours
just keep going.
anywhere. Very true. Very true. What would you say is your biggest pet peeve?
Mouth noises. I hate
So
it.
this is very.
This is
Oh,
intense.
I'm so sorry.
You're pretty good though. You're pretty good. So like a lot of the coaches probably don't know this. This is probably a news flash to them. If I can hear you chewing like chips or chewing gum, or if I can hear you swallow like while you're drinking, it drives me insane, almost to anger.
Oh, my.
And it's not. Look, it's not their fault. Like
True,
chips
true.
crunch, right? But I just hate hearing
We
it.
just have our things.
You'll probably notice I always if anybody starts eating chips, I always leave the room.
They might start doing it to you just because
They're gonna try
now.
to do it on
They're
purpose,
gonna do it
but
now. All right. Do you have any hot takes?
hot take. I got tons of hot takes.
What's your favorite one?
It just depends on the subject. Give me a subject.
Ooh, something. Oh, I don't know.
I got one.
Okay.
JFK.
JFK.
I can't say anymore because it's
Oh,
JFK.
okay.
And it's the government.
That's right.
But
right.
look
They're
into
listening
it.
right now.
Yeah, they're listening.
They're
but-
listening. They can hear
But
us.
look into it. JFK ain't what you think it is.
Okay. I will be looking into that. Don't worry. Okay. What non-existent job do you wish was a thing?
Not everything is a job.
I don't know. I feel like.
You know what I kind of wish? That foodie was a job.
A foodie?
That you can pay me to be a foodie.
I feel like you could. Is
Like,
that not a job?
is there a job? Is
I
there a
think there's
place that
jobs like
hires
that.
foodies?
I feel like there's places
Hey,
like that.
Coach Walden, go out and go eat and tell me how it is.
Yeah, I feel
and I'll pay
like
you.
the food review people.
Right? Do
I
they get
feel
paid
like-
by somebody?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I feel like that's a job.
oh well, I guess it is
Maybe,
a job.
I don't know.
I don't know why I
Or
didn't.
maybe they do it for fun.
Why didn't I get my degree in that?
I don't think that's a degree. I think that's just a skill. I'm pretty sure
We
that's
all
just a
have
skill.
the skill, right? So I always
That's
say
true.
like do something you.
Maybe you just
know.
like sign up online.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna try.
those
I'm gonna
job
try.
finding
When I
sites.
retire, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go
Okay.
work out, and then I'm gonna go eat wherever I want,
Right.
and then hope that somebody not only pays for my food but gives me $50, $70
True,
bucks, and I'll
So,
do that 2-3 times a day.
That might be your next career.
That is my next career, 100%.
All right, we'll be looking forward to
100%.
that. And lastly, what is your favorite movie?
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Oh, wait. That's my favorite sports movie.
Okay.
But I'll have to go with Forrest Gump as probably the number one
Really?
movie. Have you seen it?
I have. It's
Good,
a classic.
good.
It's a good movie.
It's a
good
classic. It is
movie.
like the great American is Forrest Gump. He's done everything from from military to winning the national championship or winning the Heisman or whatever he won, All American, and then it's a love story on top of that with him and Jenny.
love it.
You know,
It's perfect.
It's a great one.
Great movie. Well, I think that's all we have for today. We're very excited for the changes that you're bringing and your summer workouts. Obviously, that's your baby. We're very, very excited for that. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you. It was
Of
fun.
course. Thank you.